Hey guys, this is Vlad. Let's practice some yoga, shall we? Bring your hands by your sides. Close your eyes, soften your knees. Find your breath. Nice and deep inhalation. Nice and soft exhalation. Beautiful. Couple more rounds. Just notice what's happening inside. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, ocean breathing, please connect to it. And if you're practicing yoga after 5 p.m. as I do right now, let go of any thoughts, let go of any unfinished tasks. Just try to be present for the next 15 minutes. And every time when your mind drifts away, bring it back to your breath, to your body. Perfect. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Drop the shoulder blades down, look up to the ceiling, to the sky. And then bend your knees, bow forward. Lift your arms up. Bend your right knee, your left knee. Bring in your shoulder to one knee to another. Maybe open your palms to the sky if you feel like it. Then release your hands to the floor. Keep your left hand right under your gaze. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. Lift your right arm up. Bring your right hand to the floor. Lift your left arm up. Left leg straighten. Both heels flat on the floor. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees, rise up. Hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Swan dive forward. Touch the floor. Hands on your shins, halfway lift. Bow forward. Rise up to the sky. Circle your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Observe your breath. Nice and deep inhalation. Nice and soft exhalation. Lift your arms up. Bow forward, touch the floor. Walk your feet back to down facing dog. Bend your knees, lift your hips, and then shift your hips toward the back wall. Maybe your heels are touching the floor, maybe not. It's all good. Inhale, plank pose. Lower your knees to the floor. Rotate your fingers facing your knees. Maybe do one hand at a time. And just start shifting your hips from side to side. If it's too much, walk your knees closer to your fingers. If it feels easy, walk your knees away from your fingers. I love this stretch. This is one of the favorite things to do. I just love how it feels on my wrists. Then start shifting your hips back and forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. Rotate your fingers facing the front of the mat. Lower your hips to your heels. Find your seated pose. And just shake your hands. Perfect. Come back on all fours. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees down facing up. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Hands under your shoulders, cobra. Press your feet to the floor so your knees lifted. Suck your stomach in. Press your pelvis, your not pelvis, what do you call it? Pubic bone to the floor, elongate your spine even more. Exhale, bow forward. Hands under your shoulders again. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees from the floor. Lift your hips from the floor. Maybe lift your chest from the floor. Come back to plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, plank. Lower your heels to your right. And then lower your heels to your left. One more time, to the right, to the left. Down facing dog. Walk your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips touching the floor if it's possible. Shift your weight back, lift your toes from the floor. Spread the fingers wide. And then press your heels to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up to the sky. Circle your hands to your heart. Release your hands by your sides. Open your palms. Lift your arms up. Bow forward. Halfway lift. Hands to the floor. Find your way back to plank or down facing dog. Maybe step, maybe walk, maybe jump. Uncurl your toes. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Try to keep your shoulders in one line. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, straighten the leg up. Exhale, knee to your chest. Inhale, straighten the leg up. Exhale, left elbow. Straighten the leg up. And then step your foot between your hands. Lift your right arm up. Spinal twist. Keep breathing. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to the sky. Hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Find your breath. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Plank pose, your variations. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. Press your knuckles to the floor. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Try to lift your knee higher than your hip. Try to keep your shoulders square. And then rotate your hip inward. Exhale, bring your knee to your left tricep. Inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, knee to your chest. Inhale, lift the leg up. Bring your knee to your right elbow. Straighten the leg. Step your foot between your hands. Lift your left arm up, spinal twist. Keep your right knee lifted. Keep squeezing your thighs together. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Step your right foot forward. Bend your knees. Lay on your back and just roll back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. And come up on your feet. Use momentum. Use your core all the way up. Take a wide stance. Hands on your hips. Shift your hips from side to side. As if you are, I don't know if you're doing dancing with the stars. Bow forward. Rotate your fingers facing your knees. Let's stretch the wrists again. And then play with your balance. Shift your weight forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Beautiful. Fingers facing the front of the room. Hands on your hips. Come up. Open your left foot to the front of the mat. hips open. Extend your arms. Find your triangle pose. Keep breathing. Close your eyes. Beautiful. Back to warrior 2. Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, reach forward as far as you can find the floor. Bring your right foot a little bit closer. Lift your right leg up. Half moon. So maybe use the block if you have it. Chill and get your spine. Maybe you can lift your hand from the floor. Maybe keep your fingertips touching the floor. If you're ready, lift your right arm up. Flex your right foot like crazy. Spread the toes wide. Navel in. And then lightly step back to warrior 2. Beautiful. Straighten both legs. Feet parallel to each other. Forward fold. Shift your hips from side to side. Inhale, hands on your hips, pull your chest forward, up to standing. Open your right foot, 12 o'clock. Extend your arms. Shift your weight forward. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Keep yourself open as if you're leaning against the wall. Keep pressing your feet to the floor. Keep breathing. Notice if you can send air to your belly. Warrior 2. Short but sweet flow. I'm so happy that you can join me today. It's amazing to practice yoga with someone else, not just by myself. Because I'm thinking that I'm talking to camera, it's a little bit weird, you know. But I know that you're watching. It makes me happy. Reverse your warrior. Beautiful. Half moon. Reach forward as far as you can. Bring your hand to the floor first. Then move your left foot forward. Lift your left leg up. Flex it. Spread the toes wide. Lift your left arm up. Then maybe lift your right hand from the floor. This side for me is much more shaky. If you have support, always use it. Less is more. Remember, less is more. This is my main mantra. Okay, back to warrior 2. Beautiful. Feet parallel to each other. Lace your fingers behind your back. Drop the shoulder blades down. Open your chest. Bow forward. Bend your knees. Shift your hands from side to side. Exhale. Come up to standing. Release. Up to the center. Perfect. Just shake your legs. Shake your arms. Shrug your shoulders. It's nice and sweet flow. Helps you to bring the energy up. Energy is everything. Let's make some circles with the arms. You're still breathing. Then change the direction of your circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Let's get to the floor. Feet on the floor. Place your fingers behind your head. Lift your shoulders. Lift your shoulders just a little bit. Stay here. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? It's warming up. Keep breathing, keep lifting your shoulders. Lift your feet 1 inch above the floor. Ooh, start shaking, I can feel it. My voice is shaking now. Extend your arms forward. Lift your chest a little bit more. Lift your chest a little bit more. Extend your legs forward. Keep your knees bent. Make sure your low back is flat. Straighten your legs if you can to keep your low back flat. If not, bend your knees. Release. Hug your left knee to your chest. Straighten your right leg forward. Make some circles with your ankle. Beautiful. And then lower your left knee over your right. Gaze over your left shoulder. Roll back to your spine, straighten your left leg, hug your right knee in. Make some circles with your right ankle. And then lower your knee over your left, gaze over your right shoulder. Keep your right shoulder on the floor. Close your eyes. Roll back to the spine. Hug both knees in. Now, grab the outsides of your feet for happy baby. And then open your feet wide. Try to keep your heels on top of your knees. And while you're pressing your low back to the floor, lift your heels toward the ceiling. And then roll from side to side. Keep breathing. If your hips are tight, grab the big toes with your fingers. It will give you a little bit more space. And personally, I like this variation more because it helps me to keep my low back flat. I'm trying to be conscious of my low back as much as I can. Beautiful. Now, bring your feet to the floor. Open your knees, soles of the feet touching each other. Right hand on your chest, left hand on your belly. Close your eyes. Namaste.